Welcome to this special edition of Inside SMC for this historic week at the Florida Space Coast.
The capabilities of this team, the expertise that reside within this mission area across our industry workforce is remarkable.
SBIRS it's the big dog on campus.
It's a new generation of data. It's something they've never seen before, and it's blowing them away in terms of capability and things that we can see that we didn't really know we're going to be able to see.
And people understand the real protection and the surveillance capabilities that we need to keep our nation safe.
Information flow these days, especially from our space assets, is something that the warfighters rely upon. They know that the Air Force will be there to deliver it.
We all have a different role in the fight. Some are deployed, some get to do it from the States. And I think this is our contribution to help that fight because we all have one mission in mind, and it's to keep our nation safe.
And we've heard customers say, we want it faster and we want more of it. So we're working to deliver.
And here it is at 2:50 a.m. The C-5 containing the first SBIRS GEO satellite touches down here at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, Florida.
I'm just elated. This was a wonderful day, a wonderful flight. I'd really like to thank Team AMC, Air Mobility Command. We had a very professional crew, did an awesome job for us, had a very smooth flight. This is the beginning of the SBIRS era, and the team really performed very, very well, so couldn't be happier.
Global persistent infrared surveillance continues to be a critical national security space mission. The Cold War focus on strategic ICBM systems has expanded to include short and mid-range ballistic missile threats. The Defense Support Program maintains the legacy Cold War monitoring to warn of ICBM missile launches against the U.S. The replacement program is the Space-Based Infrared System, or SBIRS, which has already provided 2 infrared sensor payloads in highly elliptical orbit, or HEO. SBIRS is the nation's next generation of space-based infrared surveillance. The program's already proven its value with successful HEO payloads on orbit. With deployment of the GEO spacecraft, SBIRS will be an unprecedented resource as the nation's global, taskable, and persistent infrared monitoring sentinel.
We really do stand on the shoulders of giants, the people that have come before us who made this program successful.
It's sunrise here at the Cape as operations are underway for vehicle rollout, exposing the Atlas V rocket that will boost the next generation satellite into orbit, delivering enhanced capabilities to the warfighter.
We're rolling the SBIRS GEO-1 spacecraft out to Space Launch Complex 41 for launch, part of the integrated stack with the Atlas V launch vehicle, and the team is obviously very excited about this incredible day.
The Atlas V and the mobile launch platform weigh over 1 million pounds. Traveling at a speed of 2 to 3 miles per hour, the rocket will take approximately 10 minutes to make its way 1,800 feet to the pad.
It's a sigh of relief. It's that culmination of all of your work that you've done. Such a proud accomplishment that we've been able to work so hard for so long.
There has been a lot of work that's gone into this program. There's been a lot of emotions that have gone through this program.
Just blood, sweat, and tears put into this mission, and to finally see it launch, job well done.
I'm extremely humbled and honored to be leading such an incredible program team. The team that we have are really dedicated to a common vision. They're all patriots. I'm very, very proud to be associated with such experts dedicated to a common vision in securing the future of our nation.
Go Atlas. Go Centaur. Go SBIRS.
The Atlas V rocket launches from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, Florida, carrying the first SBIRS GEO satellite into orbit.
Well, I'm elated. Today was a great day for the United States Air Force. Certainly was a big day for the SBIRS program and the SBIRS team. Thousands of folks have worked many years on this program to bring this capability to orbit, and it's a great day to be an American.
We put SBIRS GEO-1 exactly where it needed to be in its transfer orbit, and now the SBIRS team is going to work starting up the satellite. So on we go, and I feel pretty darn good right now.
It's a commitment that we make to the United States Air Force. It's a commitment we make to the nation. Delivery of this SBIRS system means a lot to warfighters worldwide. It's going to provide incredible capability to our folks downrange and really make a difference in the war on terror and protecting our nation for years to come.
This is Atlas Mission Control at L plus 4 minutes, 45 seconds into the SBIRS GO1 mission.
Congratulations to the entire SBIRS team, and a special congratulations to Brigadier General Select Roger Teague as he now transitions to Vice Commander of the Space and Missile Systems Center. Well, SMC has a new state-of-the-art on-site and distance-based education and training center located just across the street from the base. The 5,000 square foot facility serves an employee base of 6,000 military, civilian, and contractors.
We're moving from a generation where we've had the same workforce more or less for the last 20 years or so to a new generation. I mean, we've hired over 700 new folks in the last 3 years. That replaced 40% of the workforce, and we're going to go ahead and continue to do that over the next 2 or 3 years. We've got a new group of individuals who are eager, smart kids, but they need to learn.
It's a beautiful base, beautiful location, and an awesome mission we have here at SMC. I'm a brand new civilian, and I got signed up for the Inclusion for Higher Performance course as part of our indoctrination as a brand new civilian.
I think the Air Force has really stepped out ahead of the rest of the government in developing this kind of capability to really train up their professional staff. I think they're really setting the pace for the rest of the government here.
It includes distance learning capability. We've got electronic whiteboards, which are video whiteboards, which will actually transmit data from Schriever Peterson, transmit the data that we're writing as we write it, and capture that information into a control booth. Everything from the control booth will be digitally analyzed, edited, uploaded to a proprietary website that students that are enrolled in the class can actually go in and see live video streaming as we're actually going through the class themselves, and they could look at the class at a later date so they can review the material and see what they had to say.
I like the fact that a little bit away from off-campus takes you away from work and lets you focus on training and bettering yourself.
I think what it says is we're willing to invest the money in the future. I mean, that's the real key, is these young, talented professionals that we're hiring are the future of space. This demonstrates to them our commitment to their longevity, their growth, their development, and eventually them leading this effort. So I think that's what it tells them.
Water conservation continues to be a key concern with the U.S. Air Force. All installations are being called on to reduce water consumption by 2% through 2020. For many years in Southern California, an inexpensive and abundant water supply has been largely ignored. In the future, however, that could change, not only for Southern California in general, but for Los Angeles Air Force Base in particular, as an emphasis on conservation increases.
We have limited resources here in California. We don't have the rainfall, and we keep getting more and more people. Part of the Air Force regulation that came out in October of 2009 is to reduce the big 3 maintenance contracts, and landscaping is part of that. So our goal is to reduce water and maintenance overall. I think the improvements that save the most water altogether are the drought-tolerant landscaping and the satellite. It's going to take all the guesswork out. The new irrigation is run by satellites and computers, and it works automatically. It is tied into the National Oceanic Atmospheric Association satellites. And what we do is we actually input exactly the plant species that we're planting on the base. We have rain monitors, and the system will determine when this plant needs to be watered. Since 2007, we've saved 26% on our water bill. And with the new plants and this new system, we expect to save 75% of the cost of the water. Right about now, we're paying close to maybe $500,000 a year for recycled water. Reduce that by 75%, that's a lot of money.
Recent planting projects have made a big difference in reducing maintenance and water usage at the base. Through these efforts, maintenance has been reduced by 85% and water usage by 75%.
The one thing I would like to tell people about my job and those who work here is that LA Air Force Base wants to be a leader in the community as far as sustainability is concerned. We are not going to follow along the tracks of people who waste water. We are a community leader. We want to show that we care about our environment and we're willing to put our money where our mouth is.
The city of Torrance continues its long-standing tradition and marks the 52nd consecutive year hosting the Armed Forces Day celebration and parade.
Each year, the city honors the different military branches. Our nation's men and women of the military forces have defended our country, ensured our freedom, and upheld the beliefs and principles that this nation was built on. The parade has the distinction of being the nation's longest-running military parade sponsored by any city. The city of Torrance is proud to help honor and thank the men and women of our nation's armed forces.
And that'll do it for this edition of Inside SMC. Thanks for stopping by.